Facebook. How are you? I am so excited. I've been holding this under wraps for so long because we got somebody that's so special that my husband and I just adore. When I met her, from the beginning, I just adored her. And so the fact that she is on our couch today and I get to chat with her, I'm so excited.
And it's a nice couch.
So this is mom of Deontay, grandmother of Aaron and Amari.
A bunch of kids. Deontay Johnson Jr.,
Okay.
Aaron and Amari Johnson, and then baby Junebug Johnson due in 2 weeks.
Mike? Okay. This is Judge Monica Hawkins, everybody.
Hi, Columbus. Hi, Franklin County. Hi, Facebook. And
Yes.
Elizabeth, thank you so much for having me.
Of course. I'm so excited about this.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, so let's start light and fluffy. Are you originally from Columbus, Ohio?
Yes. Diehard, Columbus, Ohio, C-Bus. Born and raised here, St. Anne's Hospital, to Thomas and Carol Hawkins on the south side.
Okay.
And I was raised on the south side all my life.
Wow.
And I currently live in Columbus, Ohio on the east side.
Wow.
So I'm a native Columbus site.
That's good.
Yes.
That's good. That's good. So you, let's see, I have a list of the schooling that she went to. I see you went to Capital University Law School, University of Dayton at some point, and the Ohio State University.
Yes, but when I went to Ohio State, it was just called Ohio State.
Oh, it was called.
I don't think they got the "the" till
Right.
my son started. But no, yes, I graduated from the Ohio State University with a bachelor's degree in criminal justice. Went to University of Dayton, obtained my master's in education, and then went to Capital University Law School for law school. And then just to put a backdrop to that, both of my graduate degrees are non-traditional, and while I was a single mom.
Wow, you were a single mom.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So you said while you were a single mom.
Yep.
Okay. So let's talk about that. How was that?
Which
Going
time?
to school. Okay. Okay. Going to school, because there's a lot of people that, especially with this administration and things are going on right now with abortion and so forth and this going on. People have a lot of concern about, sometimes they get involved with something and women end up pregnant. Mm-hmm. And they feel as though sometimes they make decisions based off, I can't go on with my life being a single mom. And so you being a single mom, mm-hmm. How would you address some of these people?
Well, no, without speaking on that issue, because
Yes.
as a judge, I
Yes.
can't talk about
Absolutely.
that. I will tell my story.
Okay.
And I became a single mom during my undergrad.
Okay.
So I went to school at Ohio State under my undergrad and got pregnant and had my child in 86. Okay. Then I graduated in 87. So went to school, didn't expect it, but had a child and decided to keep that child and stayed focused. And I really do believe that even gave me the wherewithal and the fortitude even to fight harder to stay in school and keep my the path I was on, because I only took off during the summer. When I had my son in June, I was back in school in August.
Wow.
And, the perseverance and the tenacity to figure out I'm going to do this in spite of.
Yes.
Because, as you know, women of color, we're always told what we can't do.
Yes.
And they put glass roofs on us and
Yes.
shingles and shackles and everything else. And I was
Yes.
like, in spite of this,
Yes.
I'm going to get my degree. And once I got my degree, I started working for Children's Services as a social worker or caseworker. And then had the opportunity to go back for my master's when my son was a little older. Mm-hmm. And went through the University of Dayton and went to classes. I mean, it was hard.
Yeah.
But again, when you have priorities and you have things set in place and you are determined and you have the fortitude and the support. Yes. I had mother, grandmother, community of aunts and uncles and best friends who helped me. And I raised my son and went to school and never missed anything. So I was still able to be mom and taking to swimming and chess and soccer and football and all that stuff. Yeah, my son played chess. He was in the drama club. He did all that stuff. Wow. He didn't play basketball. He does not play basketball. Okay. No, he's like a Shaq at basketball. Okay. And then I worked for Children's Services for a while, got my master's degree, and then had that premonition or that aha moment where I heard from God to go to law school. Because that was what I originally wanted to do. And be an attorney, and then got detoured with my son. But came back full circle and went to law school. And went Capital had a great program. They had part-time day and part-time night.
Okay.
So I was able to go during the day, and then I worked for Children's Services at night. And still, again, able to work and be a mom. Did a lot of parenting, co-parenting with neighbors and stuff. We took kids play football. I worked at night, so my neighbors were able to keep, or he was able to spend the night places when I worked. Faith community, my parents. So I got my law degree in 1999 and started practicing in 2000. So yeah, all my degrees were pretty much as a single mom.
I'm impressed that you were that focused.
Mm-hmm.
So were your parents focus driven? Because I read that your father was a police officer.
Yes, and the funny thing is, so my mom and my dad has since got a non-traditional degree, but my mother didn't. But my mom worked in the union market. She's always been labor, and one of the smartest women I know, but she just never pursued her degree because she wasn't able because of the types of jobs she had. She retired from Metal Container. And my dad got a job, blue collar cop, and he ended up being able to go to school later on in life, but he might have been in his late 40s or 50s. But yeah, they're both disciplined, hard workers, blue collar. Mom worked in union jobs, steel mills and federal glass, and my dad worked as a cop and worked his way up. But both of them are very focused, driven, very disciplined, and hard workers, but blue collar, all American family.
Wow. Now, I had heard that before you went to law school, you were in the police academy.
Who told you that?
Yes. Now the
that
story
was a secret.
The story is that so her father was a longtime police officer, and her dad, dad said she snuck out of the police school class one day and said, "Daddy, they want me to shoot a gun. I can't shoot a gun." Is this the true story?
I could kill my dad. So I didn't mean to keep it a secret. My son even said, "Ma, you never told me that." I forgot.
Right.
But so when I first graduated from my undergrad degree at Ohio State, trying to find a job everywhere, that stuff they tell you need your education. Where everybody wanted experience plus education. So I couldn't find. I was applying for state jobs, county jobs, city jobs. I applied everywhere. And I remember anybody that works for the states, they started out with them little yellow placards that you filled out on both sides. I probably filled out 300. Wow. And in the meantime, I applied to be a police officer. And then got closer and closer. So I went through all the process and passed all the tests. Okay. And then all of a sudden I got the call. Okay. I was like, okay, I'll be a police officer. Mm-hmm. So went to the academy, and BB, who was one of my girlfriends, I met her through there. Believe it was like police academy on television, and went in and was going to basic training. And then one day they were talking about, when you come back tomorrow, we're going to learn how to shoot. And I'm thinking, shoot. Right. So I start asking, I was like, shoot people. I'm thinking, shoot people? I can't do that. Right. So called my dad, because he was a police officer. Sure. He was a lieutenant at the time. And I was like, so I was torn. Because I'm his daughter. And again, anything else, which I don't want to put him in a bad light, but he was like, yeah, they're going to be shooting. Right. Yeah, they're going to be shooting. I'm thinking, I got to run on the street and catch people and shoot them. No, we just ate donuts all day. Sorry, police, I didn't mean it. But I was thinking of the fun stuff, like a desk job, doing social work type stuff, but I never.
Judge, are you serious?
Yeah, that was, yeah. So he said, if you can't do it, you have to quit. So, right. I made him quit for me.
Oh my goodness!
You call and tell him I won't be here tomorrow.
Thank God for daddies. I tell you what.
And the funny thing is, so I totally forgot that story because it's been so long ago. It was like in 1987, and he told the story at my swearing in, and everybody just roared. And I was like, I cannot believe my dad told. I was just sitting up. You saw my face, Jen. I was like. I cannot believe you told that story here. Oh,
but it's great. That's a great story.
I know.
That's a great story.
So I've done everything in my life. Casework, police officer.
Yeah, I know. I see that. Yes, I see. Now, were you in college? Were you in a sorority?
No.
Okay.
No.
No.
I didn't have time for that.
I was going to say, that was my next question. How did you have time to do that?
Nobody's asking me to join, so.
Right, now. Listen. You could reach out to her. That's what it was. So so what made you decide, or why did you want to join being the law?
I don't know. I just, I really believe in your purpose and divine connections, and I don't believe anything is on by happenstance. I don't believe in coincidences. I don't believe in any of that. I had a dream when I was a kid that I was going to be an attorney, and I think every girl when I was younger, the first thing you said, I'm going to be a teacher. That's the first thing the people you come in contact, your kindergarten teacher. But I remember early in my life always wanting to be an attorney. And I don't know why, because nobody in my family is an attorney. I'm the first person in my generation to graduate from college. And I don't know, but that was a dream or something that God put inside of me. And I always just knew I was going to be an attorney.
Wow.
Internally. Now, outernally, I don't know. I just lived. And then it was funny because I went back to school for my 5-year reunion. And that was the first sign. All my classmates were like, just amazed that I hadn't gone to law school. And
because you had put it in existence even then.
Yeah, evidently. And so that was kind of like, wow, okay. So I thought about it, and then something else happened, and then people were like, just speaking it into my life again. And I was at a good time, and my son was doing really well. And I just felt good. I remember being a caseworker for Children's Services. Loved that job. That I really felt like I was making a difference. But I remember being at my desk one day. I think we might have stepped down the cubicle then. It was exploding so much. And I just had a feeling, it was like, apply to go to law school. And John Searles was our director. And I think he was an attorney. And I think I wrote him a letter or a little note. And he kind of gave me his blessing because he was the director of Children's Services, but he was also an attorney by trade. So I applied, and then I took the LSAT, and I am not a test taker. My son is a test taker. I could write. I could write myself out of a wet paper bag, but I can't. But my son has all that brains. But took the LSAT, passed, whatever, got acceptable rates, and then I applied to Capitol. Then I got the letter, and then I'm like, okay, now what do I do?
It's happening, right?
And then that's when they also had first started the daytime and nighttime part-time programs. So it kind of like it all fell in place. I went to law school, and again, because I think that was something that was supposed to do, it went well, it went easy. Now the first class I was in, I thought, oh my gosh, I'll never do this. I can't do this. I can't. But I did it, and then I took the bar exam, and again, it was one of those, God, if you don't do this the first time, I'm not doing it. And took the bar exam and passed on the first time, and then Children's Services asked me to stay on as their as an attorney.
Right.
So.
Wow.
So yeah, I guess I was always supposed to be an attorney, but I always felt it inside, and even though I had all these detours and turnabouts and stops.
Right. Well, you had life.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Life, like Nationwide. That's my favorite commercial. Life happens.
Life happens. Right.
Just stay in the lane, and if you have to do the turnabout, just do the turnabout. Just get back in the lane.
Yes, ma'am. So it says here. This is. I'll read this. It says, as a senior trial attorney, Judge Hawkins represented Franklin County Children's Services and a Franklin County Court of Common Pleas, Domestic Division, and Juvenile Branch in the broad variety of cases she now hears. Abuse, neglect, and dependency matters. Custody case, motion hearings, contempt motions, reviews, and other matters. And among the case most significant to her were remaining the highly sensitive termination of parental rights case.
Yes.
Why is that?
Because that is considered the death penalty of your liberty for parents. You're terminating all ties between a child and their parent. You're severing that parent-child relationship forever. And the children are becoming legal orphans, and it's done. It's finality. Parents have no more rights. They can't fight for their kids anymore. So that's really sensitive.
My goodness. I've never really done this. I don't usually throw in a little bit of personal stuff in the mix, but I have to because God's telling me to. But being a mom, because as an ex-offender, and being separated from their kids, and going through the fight that a lot of women go through once they've made those bad decision-making, and going through the fight, to hear somebody in your position say something like that, it's really touching.
Oh, well, thank you.
It's really touching, so I appreciate it.
And that's the stuff we deal with on a daily basis in our court, and again, all the stuff that God purposed in the path, you know, being a social worker, children's services. They were the only people that tired me when I first got out of school, and then staying on as an attorney and working in that area, and now coming to fruition and becoming a judge and being able to administer justice and mercy and compassion on the bench to people who are parents, and no matter what they go through, to give people the opportunity to be heard, opportunity to be given chances. And you may not agree with my decision at the end, but when I make it, the majority of people can accept it, right, Jen?
Yeah.
They accept it and they feel like they had their opportunity.
My goodness. My goodness.
And being able to make right judgment calls and not look at it as a job or position or a 9 to 5, but I'm really impacting people's lives, so I take that very, very seriously.
That's good. See, I'm going to start doing praise running around the apartment, but we'll leave that alone. So the big question is so when did you decide, let's try this hand in being a judge?
Oh, Jesus. Did I sign up for that?
Right? All right.
So, again, like a lawyer, again, that it just happened. I know that's what God meant, but how it happened is working for Children's Services as an attorney. Different people will comment about my compassion and how I dealt with people. Because again, one thing I can say in all my life, I am not perfect. And I'm not Jesus, and I'm not the second coming. I'm not even Moses. I might be a little David or Peter. But I've always had compassion for people. And I've always tried to treat people fairly. And if nothing else incenses me or makes me upset is when I see people treat people badly. No matter what they've done, that is something that just puts hair up my spine to see people treat people badly. And the most vulnerable people makes me even more upset because they can't even defend themselves. So I guess the way I've handled people when I worked as a caseworker and as an attorney is I've always been fair. I listen. I may not agree with you. I may not like you. And I may not like what you're about, but I'm going to give you the respect. I've had sexual abusers, sexual perpetrators that I have to deal with. And I've always treated people with respect. I treat people fairly. And truthfully. And so just being that type of person I was, people would always say, oh, you'd be a great judge. You'd be a great judge.
Wow.
And then start putting that in my spirit. And then people I work with, other attorneys were like, you would be a great judge. And I was like, oh, okay. So in the back of my mind, because I didn't know how to become a judge.
Sure.
How do you become a
Right.
judge? I don't, okay.
Right.
But things start happening to put me in a position to run. So worked at Children's Services, and then got in connection with some people, Greg Haas, and some other people who thought or saw something in me, and start getting connected. Don't even know how I got connected, but they asked me to run in 2013, but I declined because I was like, I don't know how to be a judge, but I told them I was still interested, and so
You declined at first.
Yes, yeah. Cause I wanted to be one, but it was like I don't know what I don't even know what to do, and so just divinely got connected with people. Next thing I know, I was in judicial class. Greg Haas had some candidate training, and people who were interested in running just took these classes, and he kind of prepared you. And then from there, I met wonderful people like Jennifer Bruner. Antoinette Wilson. I just start meeting people, and then they asked me to run in 14, and I got the blessing and the nod of the Democratic Party, and then I ran in 14, and even though I didn't win, I still consider it a win-win because I gained so much knowledge, so much experience, network with so many beautiful people who have become family to me, like Jen Stack and all the people in the Democratic Party, and different people in all walks of life. So after 14, just working, and devastated at the loss, and was like, oh, okay, so maybe that was it. And then, lo and behold, they created the seat. There's 2 seats because of the volume of cases in domestic relations. So they had one that we ran in 18 to start commence in 19, and then one next year to commence in 21. So I got the nod from the Democratic Party to run for the one that just started January 9th of this year.
Wow.
So I can't tell you how,
Right.
but it's kind of like those Lego ships that you see that are built like, oh, that's great. but I don't know how that first. I don't know. I don't know where that Lego piece.
Right, right.
And if you take it apart, I can't put it back together again.
So what is campaigning like? It's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of it's like a village raising a child, almost, right?
And that probably I couldn't have done as a. Well, I'm not gonna say you can do what you want to do, but that was harder to me than law school and get my master's.
Really?
Yeah, it's a lot. Don't take it lightly, and it's a lot. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of grind. You have to be out there. You have to always have your game face on. You have to connect and resonate with your public in your community, and you have to be able to burn the candles from both ends.
Sure.
I would 10, 11 o'clock at night, not eating well and right, not getting good sleep, and drinking water and exercise.
And started work.
And just work.
And mom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mike and.
So, but the funny thing is, when I ran at 14, my son and my daughter-in-law had baby Tay. That's my name for him. And I remember every Monday I would take off whatever I did, that was my day with him. And we got a bond like this. But yeah, so my son was grown, but my grandkids have been involved in both campaigns. And my son was very supportive of my daughter-in-law. But again, I wouldn't have been able to do it without my village and without my family, without my faith, and without my faith family. Because all those people rallied behind me to help me to be able to do it. And even before we got on the camera, how we talked about hope is the anchor for your soul, even when you don't think you can make it or can't make it or won't do it or won't succeed. Always having people behind you to push you up.
Absolutely.
So,
wow.
So that's how I became a judge.
My goodness.
And then I got people like Kelly Johnson, who's my bailiff, and been my friend since the 3rd grade. Whippersnapper. So, and then we got Jen X, Jen Stack. I met her in 2014 when she helped Mike Shattuck. And we've been bonded too ever since. So yeah, people just come into my life, and I'm just blessed.
That's good. That's real good.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And like you, I don't remember how we met, but I know we met, and then I just fell in love.
Yeah, I did too. We same way. Like
with Huey.
Yes. All right, so let's get a little bit fun. Are you a cyclist?
Girl, no. Kelly's the cyclist. I'm trying to cycle.
You're trying to cycle.
Yeah, so, I like to ride bikes.
Okay.
I wouldn't consider myself a cyclist.
Just regular bikes, not motorcycles or anything.
Oh, no.
Okay.
No, now again, I wanted a motorcycle, but my son told me no. So I gotta get a bike.
Okay.
A cycle. A bicycle.
A bike. How about a motor with a little cycle with a motor on?
He won't even let me have that. A bicycle. He said, I need you here. We can't. You can't do no more.
Oh, fun. Well, okay. We're gonna. Whenever we see you ride, we'll just back away a little you get to see.
I ride a bike, and I try to ride it more and more and more. But yeah, I love riding. I love being outdoors. So that's just something I do in the summer.
Very nice. You need a summer home somewhere. We'll put it in existence.
Yes.
So let's talk about your son. He played for Ohio State.
Yes.
Football. Okay. So he let's talk about him for a little bit.
So that's my heartbeat, Deontay Johnson Jr. Senior.
Yes.
Deontay Johnson Senior. Went to Columbus Public School. I try to practice what I preach. And he graduated from Eastmoor Academy, flying colors. He had a sports scholarship and then academic and athletic done. And he wanted to do the athletics, so he went to The Ohio State University. When he was a kid. The Ohio State, but it was funny, when he was a kid, he would say, I go to Ohio State, like mommy and daddy.
Really?
So, yeah. Ohio State. So, and he said it. And it was like a no-brainer. He got scholarship offers from different places, and he was, when Tressel called, that was like breathing on him.
Wow. So he played for under Coach Tressel.
Yes, he played under Coach Tressel. So, and his dad played under Bruce and Cooper.
Yeah, okay.
So he went to The Ohio State University, played football, was a captain in 2007, and then graduated, met his wife in the Fisher School of Business, and they both graduated in 2008. Then they got married in 2013 and quickly started a family. Yeah, I had to count back to say. Okay.
Which you did, because those are your heartbeats as well.
Yes.
So name them all off again.
Deontay Johnson Jr., Aaron and Amari Johnson, who were twins.
Okay.
And then another baby.
Because I saw a picture on social media that you had that there were two little girls, just adorable. They had little tutus on or something.
Yep. Okay, they're in class. So they're taking dance classes. So gymnastics or dance or something.
My goodness.
They were showing me. I was over their house for a diaper shower, and they were showing me their kicking and stuff.
How cute.
Yeah, and then a boy is due Mother's Day.
Oh, my
The
goodness.
fourth one.
So there's a tribe going on right there. Very nice.
Yeah, they have snacks for T-ball, and they're on the list more than all kids because they count them 3 times.
Wow.
So, yeah, I think they got 6 games in ours. We got snacks 3 to 6 games.
My goodness. Talk about busy parents.
Yes.
Okay, so one of the things I love about you is you support a lot of people. You support people. You provide you always, what I've seen, you attend events. I mean, I'm not just talking about the campaigning stuff. You go and you support women out there, which is, so important in this society.
I try, yeah.
And I'm curious why you think it's so important for us women, especially Black women, to support.
Because it's needed and necessary, and a lot of times we don't get it. Double-edged sword. We get so many requirements put on us, and we get so many ceilings placed over top of us that then we're asked to make milestones and markers that most people don't have to do. And then to have always oppositions questioning you, questioning your capability, questioning your sincerity, questioning your experience, questioning your competency, always questioning something. So I know how I made it was all a village. Like, my mom and my dad didn't know about education. I remember aunts and uncles' girlfriends. I've always had women in my life that helped propel me. Even my aunt, my uncle's divorced from my aunt Adrena, but she's kind of, she was the first one that would tell me, you're going to be an attorney. And when I look back now, and once I became a judge, it was so funny how I would talk to people. They were like, we saw it in you. We saw it. We knew it all the time. We're so proud. So people saw stuff in me that I didn't see. So I try to do as much as I can to push women up. Women of color especially, because I'm a woman of color.
Sure.
And I know the issues that we have uniquely to us.
Yes.
But it's not always just women of color, because I have a woman right here,
Yes.
Jen Stack,
Yes.
who's the honorary Black, that her last name is X.
It's so flattering to me.
And she, her and Kelly, between them two, I have the protection that I have, the armor around me to protect me where I am now. So I just try to reap what you sow. I have had people help me get where I am, and I believe in pushing the envelope and pushing to the next generation. And what's that saying about rise? We only rise. Somebody made it. You only rise as far as the tide of all of us pushing each other.
Yes, you're right. You're right.
Yeah. And we're made in this earth. I believe God made us communal and relational. Nobody is soloist. At least I don't think so.
You're right.
Even the people who think they solo arrived or made their own bed or their own totem pole, somebody helped them get there. So I know if it but by the people God put in my life, I wouldn't be where I am.
Wow.
Or staying where I am.
Yes.
And so I try to do that and practice that.
Thank you. That's good. Well, I have to say that you are loved by so many people here in Columbus, Ohio.
I have felt the love, and I have to say I love my people back.
Yes, and honestly, because we all know the infamous quote that Michelle Obama said: "When they go low, you go high," and you absolutely know that quote, and you literally put the C in class act. I got to tell you that right now. So I just wanted to know if you wanted to, all the people that just adore you, like myself, if there's anything you want to say about to supporters that just love you and support you, that this is your 5 seconds. Anything you want to say?
Well, first and foremost, thank you, dear. And I don't know, I just, without getting teary-eyed, since I have 5 seconds. And we can't, because it's the end now. Our makeup is I just say I love you. Thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. And my job is to be the best public servant I can be, and give God all the glory, and give you all the thanks for everything you've been for me. And I have really, really felt the love of this community. And I have nothing but gratitude from the bottom of my heart. So I thank you.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you. You did it without messing up a single lash.
That's why I keep the glasses on.
Very good. Well, is there anything that you want to promote? Anything happening on? You got a book coming out anytime soon?
Again, I wrote a book a long time ago. So who knows? Who knows? We'll go ahead.
You heard it here. Okay.
Yeah, all the big things you guys are doing, we might be riding with y'all.
Right.
The restored community, but couples.
Yes, ma'am.
I appreciate you.
Oh no, I appreciate you. So thank you so much. Thank you again. And you guys have a great and productive week.
Until I see you again, bye.